Reed Point, Montana. Population 96. My hometown is known as the sheep drive capital of the world. The Yellowstone River runs right along the edge of town, and our gas station is finally open for service for those in a pickle and traveling down I-90. There's a bar, a church, and a small K-12 school district. Everything anyone could ever need to survive, right? Hello, my name is Shay Bursma, and I'm a public health professional advocating for healthy rural communities in Montana. While the members in this rural community are surviving just fine, I think that there is some serious work to be done to ensure these individuals have the opportunity to thrive. Like many of the small communities that make Montana the one big small town that it is, Reed Point residents do not have access to the programs, facilities, infrastructure, and other components of a healthy community design as the more populated areas in our state. Montana spans more than 140,000 square miles and has an estimated population of 1.06 million. About 44% of those 1.06 million live in rural areas in our state. The majority of Montana's geographic area is defined as rural, meaning that most of the population centers have fewer than 2,500 people. With such a large majority of Montana's population living in rural communities, a rural healthy community design is essential to ensure the health and well-being of all Montana citizens. The very first principle of ethical practice of public health is to address fundamental causes of disease and requirements of health, aiming to prevent adverse health outcomes. Health promotion is an essential component of preventing adverse health outcomes. Addressing health disparities by providing equal access to resources and opportunities for all communities around the state is a step in the direction of equity and social justice. As stated in the Distribute Justice Principle Number 4, public health should advocate and work for the empowerment of disenfranchised community members, aiming to ensure that basic resources and conditions necessary for health are accessible to all. These basic resources and conditions could take shape as community gardens, an active transportation infrastructure, health education programming, community fitness events, outdoor recreation spaces, and healthy workplace initiatives. To ensure the implementation of healthy community initiatives in rural Montana, policy change and creation should be at the forefront of our minds. Areas of consideration should be zoning and land use policies that prioritize and incentivize the development of resources such as community gardens, parks, and recreational spaces, land use policies that require the inclusion of sidewalks, bike lanes, and trails in new developments, healthy food access policies that encourage the establishment of farmers markets, community-supported agriculture programs, and grocery stores in underserved rural areas. School wellness policies that require schools to implement comprehensive policies that promote healthy meals, physical activity, and mental health supports. Policies that support the expansion of telehealth services in underserved rural areas. And community engagement policies that require meaningful community engagement and participation in the decision-making process of local government and health departments to ensure that these rural healthy community designs are specific to each community. While implementing these rural healthy community designs or working toward policy development and change, ethical practices should sustain. Ethical considerations during the implementation phase of rural healthy community design should continue to be community engagement, but also privacy and data protection through obtaining informed consent and establishing appropriate data management practices to safeguard sensitive information. Cultural sensitivity and respect for the diverse cultures across Montana by acknowledging local customs and traditions and incorporating cultural competence into the initiative's design. Foster transparency throughout all processes, and consider long-term sustainability by developing strategies and supports for continued funding, maintenance, and community engagement. The principle of utility and producing the maximal balance of good over bad effects should guide each individual rural community. Creating a cost-benefit analysis and risk assessment would help in this process. Grammatootie on the corner of Division and Main, the Reed Point Community Club president, the RPHS history teacher, the incoming kindergarten class, and everyone in between deserve an opportunity to have access to basic resources and conditions necessary for health. To achieve equity and social justice, policy change and creation with sound ethical practices is the avenue to disease prevention and healthy rural communities throughout our state. Thank you.